Oh, it's weird doing this again. How long has it been? Like 2 weeks? Feels like 8 months? How tired do I look? Hello, and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a crafty puppy interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabigails and on my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. This is episode 109, maybe, I think. And we are coming to you from Southern Connecticut. Did I say that? We'll find out. I try not to redo these intros too many times. We have a ton of stuff to share this week. We took the last 2 weeks off of podcasting in preparation for Indie Untangled and then actually doing Indie Untangled. And I don't know if we're going to get to one next week because we will be at New England Fiber Festival. So we are going to cram as much crafting into this as we possibly can. So I have a huge mug of coffee, not enough sleep, and I'm ready to go. I'm surrounded by yarn, and I can't wait. Before we get into the crafting, this will also be our Rhinebeck recap video, but I'm going to do all of that at the end after shop update news. So if you don't want to hear about it or don't like haul videos, it's not really, it's a haul. It's sort of a haul. I didn't mean for it to be. But if you're not interested in that, that will be at the end, so you don't have to skip through anything to get to shop update news or what have you. I think I'll even put it after Beyond Crafting. I might even put a timestamp. No, I won't do that. That's too much. Okay. Before we get into the crafting, we have a couple things coming up. The New England Fiber Festival is happening November 2nd and 3rd. I will be vending there again this year, and I'm super excited. It is our 4th year vending. We have a trunk show at Knit New Haven on November 10th for their 10-year anniversary of being a yarn store. It is in, it's in New Haven. I don't know if it's downtown. It's on Whitney Ave, I believe. Yeah, that's it. I know how to get there, so I don't know the street that it's on. Connecticut directions. So we are going to be there for the day celebrating with them, and then we have a trunk show at Nitty City in New York City, December 21st and 22nd for their holiday Indie Dyer lineup, and I'm super excited to go back to them. It is always such a delight to spend the day at Nitty City. So those are all of the things. We just did Indie Untangled and it was amazing, and thank you so much to everybody who came out and supported the shop, said hello, shopped, put up with Jake singing all of your orders. It was just so good. We also have the Pumpkin Make-Along, which I am co-hosting with my fellow Pump Queen, Joanna of Stitching the High Notes, and I'm going to post these in the Ravelry group and I'm going to post them to Instagram, but I have some prizes ready to go to show you. And I promptly lost them. Hold on. Here we go. So this came in the mail right before Rhinebeck. It is a Girl and Her Wool. It is a pumpkin sock set. I don't know if you can see this. I can't see the back of my camera. We will see. It is I'm going to try not to mess up these tags. She uses this little foldy system instead of tape or staples on her tags, and I love it. It's so cute. But I have proven to be manhandling them a little too much, so I keep popping them open. It is a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon blend, and the orange is the gourd place, and this little green mini is, ooh, did I take, no, it's got one too. Oh my god, these are so cute. This little green one is called What the Fork. I love it. So this is going to be one of the prizes for the Pumpkin Make-Along. I will post it on Instagram. I will post it in the Ravelry group. I swear, I'm getting my stuff together. I'm going to be totally organized by like 2025. I promise. I also dipped into the box O prizes and found this goodie, which now has a bunch of, I'm going to try and pick off as much dog hair as I can. I put it down on the bed to get it out of sight, and then Audrey used it as a pillow. So I apologize. I'm going to try and air it out some more. It is the Hazel Knits Artisan Big Wheel in the shark skin colorway. It's a 90-10 superwash merino nylon high twist, and it's 200 yards? Nope. 200 grams? It's 800 yards of a fingering weight. So this will be going in to the prizes. I feel like this is going to be a really good like Christmas holiday-y color. or if you just love sharks. I'm not going to put it on the bed because Audrey will get it. And then we also have a spinning prize. I've been saving this for a while because I haven't figured out a good giveaway for it. So I figure PumpkinMAL. It is a Fiber Obsessions Spectrum Snack Pack of merino and tencel. It's 1 ounce of 6 colors of this rainbow, and it's like a jewel toned rainbow. I love it so much. So this will also be one of the prizes. When we draw, we'll check to see if you're a spinner before we do that. So if you are a spinner and you want this, just put it in your FO posts. Just make it easy for us. So those are the 3 prizes I have. I know we have some patterns, and I know Joanna has a couple things. We have a Google Doc. I haven't looked at it, but I know we have it, and I have to update it. And if you're wondering why we decided to change it from September, October, and November to just September, October, this is why. Our schedules have been a little crazy this year, and we wanted to make sure we got all the prizes out to you before the end of 2019. So if we pull them in early November, we have a way better chance of that. All right, so we only have a couple days left of the make-along, and I have not finished any of my FOs for that, which I will get to in whips, because they're still whips. I'm going out of order. So let's get into the crafting, starting with what I am wearing. I'm wearing my Rhinebeck sweater 2019, the Catbells by Pip Pin. I am obsessed with this sweater. I can't. I'm gonna need like 10 more, at least. I want a mustard yellow one, 100%. And I kind of want like a dark chocolate one, but I might just stop at the mustard yellow. I have to find the perfect mustard yellow. I'm just thinking about it. It's so good. So this is her new release. It came out in the beginning of October, I believe. It is a worsted weight top-down pullover with this lace garter pattern all over. I have the tag. I also reorganized my stash, can you tell? Maybe I'll do a stash thing for Vlogmas. I am using Coopsworth Lamb's Wool by Mountain View Coopsworth from Newbury, Vermont. It is a light worsted, about 220 yards to 100 grams. I got this at Rhinebeck last year. I believe it was in one of the 20s barns, like the little barns off to the side with all the sheepies. You know, technical terms. Love it. I did not the extra small, the small. So there was way more positive ease than I usually go for, but I love it. She has this really good detail with the ribbing that cinches everything in, so it sort of like blouses, floofs out a little bit, but it still comes in at the waist a lot. I did no modifications to anything. I even did tubular bind-offs on all the cuffs. Do you see that? That's my first one. This was my first sweater of a tubular bind-off. Oh no, I didn't. I also have some ends I have not woven and I keep forgetting about. The yarn was so nice to work with. It was such a well-written pattern. It just magical. Just magical all around. I used a size 7 needle for the body, and then I believe a size 4 or 5 for the ribbing. I honestly don't remember. I think I put it in my project page. Yeah, I love it. I didn't crop it or anything. I mean, it's pretty cropped already. It goes to right above my hips, so it's a perfect jean length or dress length. Yeah, I can't with this sweater. I love it so much. It's so comfy. It's super light because it's a very airy yarn, but it's really warm. It was perfect for walking around Rhinebeck without a jacket, and sometimes without a shawl, sometimes with a shawl. It was the perfect weather this year. So good. So that is one of my FOs and what I'm wearing. I'm also wearing the Tulip skirt by Sew Over at London, the black version. Not that exciting. This sweater also has, I'll try and put a picture up. My friend Lauren got me a little 2019 Rhinebeck Catrinkles button, so we sewed them on our sweaters. They're the cutest thing. Catrinkles is killing it this year. Oh, I have to find those buttons. I don't know where I put those. Oh no. They've got to be somewhere. I can't have lost like 4 packages. Right? Hold on. More finished objects. We have a lot this week. I finished my Hatdana by Denise Bayron. And this is out of my handmade yarn, Once Upon a Corgi, in the Cecil base, which is our Aran weight base, and the Death colorway. And I got to go to the Hatdana meetup, and it was so good to see everybody's. And the photo was amazing. It was great. This was such a quick knit. I think I did it in 2, maybe 3 days with the tassels and blocking. Oh, it was so good. Oh, nope, I'm stuck. I'll put it on. I wore it around Saturday, some of the day. It did get pretty warm in the sun, but it's super cozy. I've been wearing it a ton. I love it. It was such a good, quick knit, and these little baby tassels are killing me. Like, it's just so good for that one skein of, like, big squishy yarn you have. You're not totally sure what to do with it. I have a decent amount left, I think. No, I don't. Oh, I'm not even sure. I don't know where those are either. I have no brain still. I'm still dead. Still dead. I knit this on US, I think 8 needles, maybe 7. I have it on my project page. I don't remember because I finished it before Rhinebeck and my brain has been erased. That's basically it. So that is finished object number 2. Again, super nice, super easy to make. The directions were very easy to follow. No cable needles needed. Highly recommend, especially for a beginner pattern. Like, it's a really interesting construction too. Oh, I love it. Highly recommend. So those are my finished objects. On to works in progress. We'll start with my PumpkinMAL. Sadly, I did not finish my Red Robin socks in time for Rhinebeck. I didn't even get a chance to knit on them during Indie Untangled. So I have the one, which I have showed you before. And I am in the foot. I don't know when was the last time I brought the sock onto the podcast. It's a little bit tangled. But we are on the foot. We have done our Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I am still using my US 1s. These look like 1.5s. And I'm not totally sure where the number is on these guys. But these are my, I believe, US 1s Hiya Sharps. This is the Samhain colorway on my Isaac base, which was our newest Halloween/fall colorway, and it is the Red Robin socks by Curious Handmade. We are chugging along. It's not got my sock mojo back, but it's definitely got me thinking more about socks. I'm excited to get these off the needle so I can cast on a new pair, which has not happened in a long time, even if it's just so I have a pair of socks on the needles / I have to knit Jake's wedding socks. They're such a good knit. I did knit on them a little bit at the wedding we went to the weekend before Rhinebeck. They are great ceremony socks. Very nice. Highly recommend. I also cannot get over this colorway. I'm going to have to knit up a sweater in this. I don't know what yet, but something. Maybe that other new Pip Pin one. Only one Pip Pin pattern at a time, Gabby. And this is living in my wee Matter Root bag, who I did not even get to see at Rhinebeck this year, which is probably good because I would have bought everything she had. The other 2 whips I have, you have not seen. I've cast them on post last podcast and post Rhinebeck. So pre-Rhinebeck cast on, but post last podcast, I have cast on a Lovenote. This is a pattern by Tin Can Knits, and I cast it on in my Rhinebeck colorway of the year previous yarn engagement. I am using my penny base, which is an MCN, and my fig lace base, which is my kid mohair and silk blend held together. I'm doing the adult extra small size, and I love it. I just did a tubular bind off last night for the body ribbing. I am doing the cropped version if you can't tell, and I did the high-low hem. because why not? My goal today is to pick up one of the sleeves for this guy and get it going. That way I have something to knit on over the weekend and some easy knitting during dyeing this week as we are prepping for New England Fiber Festival. And I love it. I'm a little concerned about the neckline. Kristen and I are about the same size. I'm taller than her, so I think my torso is a little bit longer. It might just be my legs. It just sounded like the FedEx truck just straight up hit a car. I am concerned about the neckline. It is a little bit wider than what I like, so I may, when I pick up for the ribbing, pick up and knit some stockinette decreases to kind of bring it in a little bit and then do the ribbing. Not a ton. I'm just a little concerned about it being almost off the shoulder on me. I have not very narrow, I have narrow shoulders for my build, and I don't like things coming out over here. I'd rather them come in a little bit. So that is my thought process. Before I do the ribbing and do any of that, I'm going to try it on and see how it looks. I think I'm going to do that post-blocking. That way I really know what it's going to look like. But we've got a little while until that happens. I love it. This lace, it was such an easy pattern to pick up. I don't know if you can see it right now. I was able to do the lace while talking with friends at Rhinebeck. So if you want to get into lace yoke, highly recommend Tin Can Knits. It has such great patterns. They've got size ranges to fit literally your entire life from baby to giant man size. Like they're good on sizes. I can't wait. It is so soft and squishy. This is my first mohair held double the entire sweater, and I'm very excited. I'm hoping I can get this done for New England Fiber Festival so I can wear it with my Lizzie skirt in my Haunted Mansion floaty dressy pattern fabric. That is my goal. If not, nope, that's not gonna work either. I would like to get the Robe Bluet done for this as well, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I only have a week until setup for New England, and I don't have a ton of dyeing to do, but I have enough to keep me busy. And our final new whip is a new cast on from Post Rhinebeck, and it is the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. Did I tie my yarn together? I did. That's fine. I have been eyeballing this series, the Shift sweater, cowl, shawl. I think she's got mitts out. I don't even know anymore. Since she came out with them, and my friend Sam knit her Shift cowl out of her hand spun, so I also wanted to do that, which I think I've mentioned here a couple times. So I did. I believe the pattern calls for sport weight. This is ranging from like a worsted to a fingering weight. It depends on the yarn, yeah. Some of this is some old hand spun, which is fine. I went up two needle sizes. I believe she calls for 5. I'm on a 7 just to give it a little bit more room. And I'm in the middle of section 3. I think I'm in section 3. And I love it. It looks like it's going to be a complicated pattern. It's not. It's all slip stitches, basically. It's great. So I'm in order. Color A is the case of the Angry Mourner by Bitsy Knits. It's 100% superwash merino. I got this a long time ago, like 4 Rhinebecks ago, 5 Rhinebecks ago. No, 4 Rhinebecks ago. So it was my first, like one of my first fiber purchases after I got my wheel. I might not even had my wheel at that point. So it was sitting for a long time, and it was a little bit harder to draft. I don't think I stored it properly, so it was totally my fault. But the colors are amazing. It starts with that lavender purple, and then it goes into this neutral taupe color, and then this like grayish dirty cream color, which I love. This is a Polworth silk blend that I got at Rhinebeck, I think 2 Rhinebecks ago. Don't even know. I have no record of this. I should though. And the third color is Queen of France, which is also Into the World. This is 100% Cheviot, and I believe I got this last Rhinebeck, because I don't think I bought any yarn last Rhinebeck. I think I just bought fiber. Yeah. Yep. So here they are. I love them so much that I lost one already. Did I put it back in the bag? Nope. Oh, it's on the floor. I just threw it. Oops. Come back. Those are my 3. Again, this is probably the heaviest weight one, so I'm really glad I'm using it as the background. And Captain Pants and Queen of France are pretty consistent to a fingering sport, maybe a DK weight at the heaviest. They're all a chain ply, 3 chain ply. It's my favorite. It's my go-to ply, and I knit them. Nope. Spun them all on my Honey and Ply Bluebonnet wheel, which sadly they have retired and they are no longer making wheels, and it makes me so sad. It's such a good wheel for such a good beginner price. It's not as big as an investment as other wheel brands. I completely understand the prices of them, but I'm a little sad that they are now out of business. Really sad. I don't think that I specifically need their brand of bobbins, which makes me a little less nervous because I do have to order some more bobbins from them. By them, I mean the Woolery. So that is my memory card's gonna run out. Those are my whips. Let me go check on my camera. Alright, so I hope this works. My memory cards are acting up. So those were my knitting works in progress. I guess I'll show you sewing after because I went out of order. The last work in progress is on, oh man, Eliza. Somebody recommended we call my eel nano Eliza, which I love. So I have finished the second full bobbin of my sweater spin out of Classy Squid Fiber Co. in the Illyrian Wings colorway on her Corriedale and Rambouillet bases. Don't know which one's which anymore because I split them all up and didn't read the labels because... Is that someone screaming? Yeah, where were we? So I have finished the second full bobbin. I don't think there's a full 2 ounces on this. I think we're at like 1.75, which is fine. My plan is to finish filling the third bobbin with as much as I can and then ply these 3 together and then just start over again with the other 2. I think that's going to give me a really good idea of where I am in the sweater spin and how much yardage / weight I have, so I can see if I need to get more. I am hoping for a cropped long sleeve cardigan out of these for the wedding. I haven't decided on a pattern. I haven't really looked either. I think I'm gonna wait until I ply it and then get a better idea of what weight it is, so then I can go from there. But I did get to show Amanda from Classy Squid my wee little bobbin at Rhinebeck. I was hoping I would see her because I didn't get to go to Needles Up this year, but I just needed to show her what I was spinning out of it, and I was so excited. All right, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so sewing. I did finish some sewing projects since we last spoke. I have finished my Cascade Skirt by Megan Nielsen, I believe. And it's not going to look like much because it's just black, but it is out of this crepe de chine that I used for the lining of my sparkly tulle skirt, and it's done. I will put a photo of it in here somewhere. Probably of me at the wedding wearing it. It was the perfect wedding skirt. It was flowy, it was a little formal, but not too formal, and it was just super comfy all night. So it is a traditional wrap skirt, so it's held together by ties. I did the version where you tie it in back, which was super cute. And I used my rolled hem officially for the first time, and it was a disaster. Awful. I don't know if it was the needle or the fabric or the thread or what, but I would do a scrap piece and it would come out great, and then I'd put it in on the skirt and it was just garbage. Awful. So I'm not gonna give up on the rolled hem. I'm just gonna try not to use it as much as possible. So here is, I mean, it didn't even roll it all the way. That was totally my bad. So I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is like a good section. It rolled, nothing happened. And then if you just move over like 7 inches, it starts doing like bob and barf, and it gets super loosey-goosey, and the tension's off, and it's just awful. I had to rip this out and redo it so many times. I was about to just not hem this and go to the wedding, in which case no one would have said anything because they're not rude. It's just awful. Just awful. Like, why? The pattern was great. It was very well written. They do have an option to line it if you've got more of a sheer fabric. It's super comfy to wear. I don't know when I'm going to wear this again, but I'm hoping soon. I might even just walk around in it. I felt very Disney villain-esque because it would like billow quite nicely when I walked downstairs, so I walked up and down the stairs as many times as I possibly could that day. Mostly like between getting ready for it. Jake was in the wedding. It was for one of his best friends since he was like 4 years old. So my friend and I, who was a bridesmaid in my wedding, we got ready together at her house. So I just spent the whole time running up and down her stairs like, look at my skirt. Woo! It was great. So cute. It was such a cute little fall wedding, and now we have 1,500 chalkboards from them. And that's it for all of my making. That's all my making. I have a lot of things planned now, which I will get to with the Rhinebeck haul. So we're not going to do crafting goals this week. I did talk about some of them, being which the Robe Bluet and fixing my Lizzie skirt and finishing the Lovenote. So those are my crafting goals for the week. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order. We're going to do shop update, beyond crafting. Nope, that's not out of order. We're going to do shop update, beyond crafting, and then Rhinebeck, which will include the haul, which will be all the things I bought, which were, I didn't plan to buy much. Got a little out of control. So shop update, we'll be having one today, October 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be some bits and bobs from Indie Untangled. A lot of the yarn that followed us home is going straight into New England Fiber Festival prep. So I will be posting on Instagram today a lineup of what is going into the shop, and that is at onceuponacorgi.com. I hope you can make it. Just thank you to everybody who came to the booth on Friday and stopped by and supported. It was our best show to date out of all of the shows. It beat SSK, which has been our like running goal to beat for every show, and nothing's really come close. So thank you so much to everybody. It just means so much, and it was such it was such a good show being there with all the vendors that I've really gotten to know a lot better over the past couple of weeks, and see everybody's stuff in person and get to talk to so many Instagram and Ravelry and podcasting friends, and just meeting everybody who's knit with my yarn and made projects and came in with, it was so good. And Jake serenaded the booth for a little bit with yarn parodies, so I told him he's got to get that album up. He's got to get it going. So that is shop update. There will be a huge one after New England because we're going to have a ton of yarn. A ton of yarn. Hopefully not too much, but a ton of yarn. And beyond crafting. So non-Rhinebeck beyond crafting. Iron turned 5 this week. Our sweet little baby angel is 5 years old, and I can't believe how long I feel like he was a puppy like a year and a half ago, but no, he's a giant old man, and I love him so much. So as tradition, Jake sous vide him a steak for his birthday, so him and Jake had steak dinners together. They're the cutest. So we did that the other week. We went to Brian and Megan's wedding, which was so much fun. It was such a good time. The venue was beautiful. I think it was like their first wedding at that venue, and it was stunning. It was at the Vine in Middlebury, Connecticut. It's also a restaurant, and everything looked great. So if you're in Middlebury, Connecticut, definitely check it out. It's also across the street from a pizza restaurant, also very good. yeah, so we did that. That was a wedding weekend of itself, and that was our 12th wedding. The 12th wedding I've been to as an adult since like 2009? No, 2010. So within the past 10 years, I've been to 12 weddings, which would make my wedding the 13th wedding on the 13th. Goes all the way to the top. Goes all the way to the top. Love it. So that was a really good weekend. I haven't really read that much. I did just finish Discovery of Witches, and I'm waiting for the second book to come up on the library, / I'm considering buying the series. I feel like this is going to be a very good like fall series. I've now made Harry Potter my Christmas read. Just Harry Potter is Christmassy now. I don't know why. It doesn't start in Christmas. Not that much happens during Yule there, so Harry Potter is now Christmas. Okay, before we get into Rhinebeck stuff, I am looking for a new planner. So I put a little pull out or question on Instagram, and I got a couple recommendations to either make my own bullet journal, make a digital planner, or to get the Maker Planner. I'm going to put a link to the Maker Planner. Has anybody used that? What do you think? Do you like it? Did it help? What's it doing? What's your thing here? How is it? I have been using the Letter C Design Planner. I found her on Etsy. She's from Windsor, Connecticut, and I love the setup. It's got the dots on one side and then the weekly boxes on the other. It does come with monthly layouts in the beginning, and there are a couple just like plain dotted pages in the background. This was my wedding savings until I gave up on this whole chart thing because it got too depressing. And this is the yarn I bought this year. I stopped tracking it in May. Which is actually not that bad. I don't think I've actually gotten yarn from then until now. It's fine. And I really like it. It's, is it the A4 size? It's small, it fits a pen, it's a really nice paper, it's really well made. I mean, this thing has been to so many bags and it's held up beautifully. But I do want to try a digital planner. I have the iPad Mini 4, which was a lovely resale from a friend who bought the newer iPad and said I could use this for my shop. I turned it off. And I did download Goodnotes onto it. I've been trying to do that for like work notes because I've been putting all my work idea notes on random post-it notes and then promptly losing them all. So I've been trying to use Goodnotes for those. So I kind of want to try a Goodnotes planner. So I've been looking at tutorials to make a digital bullet journal. I like the idea of the bullet journal. Sort of like a mash between bullet journal and planner. I just need my days like ready to go so I can kind of plan out the week. I just hate making layouts. I just love them, but I hate making them. So I've been looking at a couple Etsy shops to see if I would rather buy it. So I want to know if you guys have any good digital planner recommendations for me to look at. I want something that has like a year at a glance. Like I have a list of things I want in it. Oh my goodness, you were just the cutest little puddle up in the whole world. So yeah, or if you have any other planner recommendations, let me know. Because next year I have to be, at least the first quarter, I have to be very organized. The rest of the year, forget it. I'm retiring, call on to quits. We're just gonna lay down in a nest of blankets and sleep for the next 9 months after March. That's my plan. That's my 2020 plan. So yeah, if you have any good, I was gonna take a picture of you, Audrey. No, I'm not here for the views, Mom. I'm a Papa Love. If you have any good recommendations, please let me know. Alright. So the rest of this will be Rhinebeck stuff. If you are not here for the Rhinebecks, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let's get into it. So Rhinebeck. So Rhinebeck pup. She's like, can you, with the Fae and the Rhinebeck, can you not, Mom? I'm sick of hearing all of it. So we got to vend at Andi Untangled this year for the very first time, and again, it was so much fun. It was so great to see everybody. Thank you so much to everybody who came out and said hi. And we did do a little bit of damage there. I did a wee trade with lamb string yarns, so it doesn't count against my yarn stash, for a sweater's quantity of Live Deliciously on her Tralala sock base. This is my first lamb strings. I have been oogling. What's wrong, pup? We'll go out in a little bit. I'm almost done. There's so much dog hair on this. How did this happen? This is my first lamb strings ever and first sweater's quantity of her ever, and I've been oogling her yarn for a couple of years now, and I finally got some, and I'm so excited. I don't know what's gonna be. I kind of think I want it to be a cardigan because I only have 2 cardigans, and I feel like this would be a really nice, like, open front textured cardigan. Yes, I think so. And Jake also got a little something. I am blanking on names. Pancake and Lulu also had a booth at Andi, and she came in and bought a couple skeins of yarn, and in her arms she had this neon, just the brightest color you've ever seen, in this neon tag, and Jake immediately eagled in on that and talked about it for about 2 hours. So I went over and asked her where she got it, which was Trey Liz, who is also vending there this year. And so Jake went over and made his first solo yarn purchase of some Trey Liz. It is on her Titan base, which is 100% superwash BFL, and it is in the Manoe colorway. Manoe? Looks like Manoe. I don't know what this is going to be. He says he wants to make socks out of it, so I told him I would cast them on and help him. We'll see what happens. Don't even know where to start with this. So this is his first, like, he went over on his own, using his own money, and bought this skein of yarn, and it was great. There's some footage Mina got of him coming back from buying it on one of her Rhinebeck vlogs. I'll try to link to the video in the show notes. I tried to take, like, a picture of him doing it, but, like, mid-photo, Mina came over and said hello / scared me, and so it's awful. It's a terrible photo, but it's so cute. So that's gonna go in his, down here is his little Rhinebeck's, his stash of things to be knit. That was Andi Untangled, and we stayed at, it's called the Crystal Cottage, right outside of Rhinebeck. It was, like, in the woods, dirt, gravel, like half a mile long driveway. It was so good. We got there and there were turkeys everywhere. When Jake got in, there were deer everywhere. It was such a cute little cottage. They had this gorgeous little atrium filled with delicious plants, and I love them all so much. It was such a good house. And we stayed with Melissa, and she has the Hands That Make. No, hold on. She has an audio podcast, now visual podcast, with, so she has the Knitting Hookup podcast now with Ellie. She was formerly Spicy Homemaker. I believe she's still a Spicy Homemaker on Instagram. So we stayed with her and our friend Jamie, who came out from Chicago, Mama Gergs, Adrian, my friend Jocelyn, and Sam of Samantha Guerin Designs. So we all had a house last year. We got a house this year, and we booked our house for next year because we're too excited. We can't wait. I'm so excited. Our goal is to just stay in every house in Rhinebeck. And then after we finish that, then we can retire. We'd retire so many times. So then Saturday came around, and the first place I went to, because they sold out so fast last year, I didn't even know that they released this until after they sold out, and I was devastated. So this year, we got in, and I beelined it for Harrisville Designs and their nightshades. I can't. I got the Fever Dreams, which is their red undertone. It is a grown in Montana, spun in New Hampshire, Cormo woolen spun DK weight. And this is going to be my City Limits by Samantha Guerin Designs. She released it 4 days before Rhinebeck, and she wore it at Andi Untangled, and I love it, and I can't wait to knit it. So I picked up 4 skeins, and I did the most adult responsible thing I've ever done. I thought I needed 5, so I put down 5 on the order form, and then I double checked the pattern, and I double checked the yardage, and I realized I only needed 4. So I put the 5th one back. Who am I? So I have these 4 delicious beauties. I'm just gonna live here forever. This was all I was supposed to buy at Rhinebeck. I'm just gonna point that out now. This was it. So we got those. This was also Jake's first Saturday at Rhinebeck. Last year he went on Sunday and he enjoyed it, except for the parts where, I mean, he did enjoy it, minus the lamb sandwich line, which was out of control. But we ate pretzels most of the day, which totally fine. We did the podcaster meetup and the Hatdana meetup, which was a blast. We got to say hi to so many people and do so many super cheesy photos. It was so much fun, and I got to say hi to a bunch of friends I haven't seen in a long time. And then we wandered around for a little bit and picked up some more goodies. So we stopped at O Wool. I don't remember buying 3. I have mohair in my mouth. But we have 3. So we went over to O Wool and picked up 3 skeins of their Superwash O Wash Sport in the colorways Juneberry, Pearly Muscle, and Slate. And these are going to be ties for the groomsmen. We're going to knit them ties. I'm going to knit them ties. I do have a couple friends who have volunteered to help knit ties, which is good. We were going to do the Susan B. Anderson necktie, that pattern she wrote for her son's wedding. So we picked up these 3 colors. So we have Maid of Honor, second bridesmaid, and then fourth bridesmaid. And then we also picked up Shenandoah Fibers, which is a merino alpaca Icelandic blend, and I'm very curious to see this all knit up in a tie. So this is the 4th. So this is their order. So we just had to find a pale mauvey pink to go here, and then a slightly darker, not black, but charcoal to go here, and we are all set. I'm going to bank on Quince & Co. to have those. I'm going to check at New England, see if there's anything, and I'm definitely going to check at Knit New Haven, because they do carry Quince & Co. Their chickadee base. I'm thinking petal for the one that goes here, and then we'll just, dark charcoal. We'll see. So they're all a sport. I think this is like a light DK sport weight. So we did grab these guys. And then Jake went home because he had to work the next day, but it was so good I just was awful at introducing him, so I would just go up to people and start talking and then wander away and leave him with these people and not introduce them. I'm not very good at that. I apologize to everybody in advance for just abandoning him with you. Oh, but it was so much fun. So after he left, we did do some shopping in the big buildings, and I was checking out at one booth, and he was standing on the outside looking into the world. So I was like, oh, I love their fiber. I'm going to go into the world. And he's like, no. You don't need anything in here. You're fine. We got to go. So we left, and then he left the fair. So I went back to Into the World because you can't stop me, and got a braid of their Gotland in heirloom ornamental. I'm going to take it out of the package. I didn't see this one at first. I saw the other ones, which were much more vibrant and they had a lot of purples this year. And again, I don't really wear purple, but I keep buying purple stuff. But this one on the Gotland was just every moody color I have ever seen. So I picked up a braid. And I love it. I've never spun Gotland before. I think I'm going to spin this one on Edgar, who is my blue bonnet. So we have Edgar and Eliza. Wait. That's Stacy's daughter's name. Can I name my wheel after? It's not after her. It's fine. It's fine. Don't overthink it. Yeah, I think I'm going to spin this on my honey and ply, and again, just a chain ply. I love the way the colors look in this. I love chain plies. I'm not a huge fan of barber pooling in my hand spun. I do believe it has a time and a place, and I think I'm going to do it for the that other Andrea Mowry sweater. That my thought with this is I really want to do the Arachane sweater by by Andi Satterland. And I did look for yarn on Sunday, but I wasn't really looking. I wanted I believe it calls for sport weight. Everything calls for sport weight. I wanted a natural, like, breed specific fiber yarn, like a nice woolly wool, and then I was going to pair it with a light gray or a cream for the spider webs and do like a dark chocolate black for the main body. I didn't see anything that really like jumped out at me. The booth that had this Coopsworth had some, but I just bought a sweater's quantity of their yarn, so I want to kind of like explore other farms. So my thought is if I spin this up and I get kind of a sport weight, maybe I'll get like a lighter gray or even just like a solid black for the body of that, and then have this be the spider web. I think that would be really pretty. Super spoopy. So that was my fiber. I did also, I didn't buy this. She was giving, Magpie had out her little nest worsted sample, so I got a little sample of red wine. And I love it. It is a Corriedale worsted weight. You know how much I love a good Corriedale. I love a Corriedale. And I'm just going to have to look for a sweater. Oh man, does she have it in mustard? I can knit another Catbells in Magpie. I've only knit with her yarn once, and I made a Magpie out of it, totally by accident. But yeah, this was, it's scrumptious. It's a 2-ply. It looks like a 2-ply. It's squishy. It's a little bit rustic. It's a lot bit scrumptious. So good. So Sunday is the next day after Saturday. Saturday night we did teach Melissa how to spin. Melissa and Mama Gergs all bought Eel Nano spinning wheels because you can't stop. They're so good. So we taught Melissa how to spin, and she picked it up very quickly, and it was impressive. It took me a long time to get to that level of like control with my spinning. She is a deep down spinner at heart. So we taught her how to spin, and she got to the point where we were going to teach her how to ply, but we didn't have a Lazy Kate, so we tried to do a colander Lazy Kate, and then it turned into like a 7-person ordeal of trying to figure out how to get her to ply. It was bonkers, and I loved it. It was so good. It was such a good night. So then Sunday, Jamie and Melissa flew back to Chicago / St. Louis. I think they both, they flew out back to the Midwest, and we went in for the last day. There was a meetup at noon, and then we completely forgot about it. Oops. And I did pick up one last thing, and that was my friend Sam got a butt ton of like little baby fiber samples of different blends. So we went back to that booth, which is Maine Top Mill, and I got some merino rose. I've never spun with rose. The only plant fibers I spun with was bamboo. And that's a maybe. I don't remember if that actually had bamboo in it. I could be lying. I think I've spun with bamboo once. It's just a cream, and I'm super excited to get into them. I do want to eventually put together like a sampler of their stuff and just have like a little, just try them out. Like they had a lot of good, they had plant fibers, they had different sheep breeds, yak, mohairs. And they were great to talk to. They were super helpful with everything. They also had yarns, so I did grab their card, and I am excited to get into this. I think I'm going to also do this one on Edgar, just because I kind of miss Edgar right now. I feel like he needs some love. He definitely needs a bath, but he definitely needs some love. And I think this would be good. Also, that means I have to finish my Illyrian wing, so I need to spin anything else on this wheel. So there is my Rhinebeck haul. And I love it. It's the biggest. We also got hot sauce from Horseshoe brand, and we got the Heda spiced red wine, which was delightful. I cannot wait to break into that. I was hoping we would this week, but we did not. Things got a little cray-cray. All right, weirdo. Like, I'm 5 now. I can do what I want. Teefies everywhere. Yeah, I think that's it. Jake almost bought a sweater's quantity of this man. I've never seen so much yarn control. We were at the Harrisville booth, and the way they set up the booth was they had one of everything out, and then you filled out an order form for what you wanted to buy. Then you go in line, and then as you're standing in line to check out, somebody comes over, takes your order form, goes and gets your yarn, and then brings it back to you. So you were in and out of there real quick. It was a great setup. So I went in with a panic because I just saw one color of each. I'm like, oh no, they sold out already and it's only 11 a.m. This is the worst. But then I saw the order form. So I filled out the order form for mine, and then Jake goes, oh, this VCR color, I would like a sweater in this. So I was like, okay, we should look at patterns. You know, do you want like a cardigan, a pullover? How many, like, give me an idea of what you want so then I can order the right amount of yarn. And he goes, no, I'll order it online when we find a pattern. So Jake is eventually going to get a Nightshades sweater as well. I sent him the Gurney Gardner pullover that Mina just released because he does love cables and he does love pullovers. So I sent him that this morning with like a Nightshades question mark, and he said yes. So I think we're gonna do that. That is a sport weight, but I think if we do our gauge swatch right, we should be okay. He's a pretty, I think I make him the extra large of most patterns with the length of the extra large. So I feel like that's a good middle ground for sweaters that we can go up and down and not have to worry about any pattern complications, if you will. So that was Rhinebeck 2019. It was such a good weekend. It was so inspiring, and it was just like the boost I needed after this year. And I'm just ready to dive face first into some new making things, and I'm ready. I did go through my stash beforehand, and I put some more stuff up on D-stash. I'm probably going to go through it again. I'm going to go through my fabric and D-stash some of that. I can't close the bin. I'm not going to use all the fabric, and I'd rather have it go to a home where someone is going to use it rather than sit in a trunk in my room. I also have 2 fleeces I have to process that are staring me in the face, and I need the bins for wedding stuff. So I'm going to try and get the smaller fleece processed completely and at least out of that bin. I have to finish hand carding it so I can put it through the drum carder. If I can get it drum carded, I'll be happy. And then I do have a larger fleece I'm going to send out to a mill to get processed. I think I'm going to send it out to Twist of Fate Spinnery. Yeah, the Twist of Fate mill that's in Connecticut, because they let you pick up at festivals. I'm going to try and get that done for Connecticut Sheep and Wool. I have so many plans now. I need to clean the whole house. I want to it's everything. Advents are going out within the next week and a half. I have finished dyeing all the main colors. I am now in the process of packaging and labeling and getting that ready to go. My bedroom is a giant pile of USPS boxes and bins of mini skeins, so I'm hoping to get those done soon. We've got to get the invitations out this week. The other half of my bedroom is all invitations and centerpieces. It's all coming together. We're at 140 days until the wedding.